Hey, my name's Corey and I'm an instructor at the ASI Craft Center. Today I'm going to teach you how to make something that's really applicable to fall, which are macrame leaves. So you can use these to hang them up on your walls, use them as table mat decor, any of that kind of thing. So it's really fun and easy and awesome for the season. So for this, all you need are 5 supplies: a ruler, a cat brush, scissors, fabric stiffener, which is kind of an obscure material, but you can either have the liquid or spray version, but I actually prefer the spray if you can get it. 5mm cotton string, and that's it. So let's get started. Once you have your materials assembled, you're gonna start cutting your string. You are gonna cut them in a few various sizes. So first you're gonna cut one strand that is 32 inches long, and then you're gonna cut 10 to 12 pieces that are 14 inches long, 8 to 10 pieces that are 12 inches long, and 6 to 8 pieces that are 10 inches long. Why I gave you a range of number of pieces that you can cut is just depending on how much string you have and as well as how big you want your leaf to be. The more string you use, the bigger the leaf. So you can make that choice on your own. All right, so once you have all your strings cut, you are gonna grab your biggest piece, the 32-inch piece, and you're gonna fold it in half, just like this, with each end equal in length. And then you're gonna grab your next biggest size, which is your 14-inch piece, and you're gonna also fold that one in half. And you are gonna place it behind the longer piece, just like this. So it's crisscrossed. You can see that. And then you're gonna grab another 14-inch piece, fold that one as well. And then this is where it gets complicated, so pay close attention. And what you're gonna do is take the looped end, go behind, and loop this end through the first loop of the 14-inch piece. And then you're gonna bring it across and actually feed the strands of the piece on the side through that loop, just like that. And you're actually gonna wanna do this on a surface or table, but I'm just showing you up in the air so you can see best. But yeah, this is what you want the knot to look like, where you have this kind of piece on one of the sides and it looking very much like a square knot. And what you're gonna do is alternate sides so that this little piece is on alternate sides, just like that. And how you're gonna do that is have your first loop on the side be starting from different sides of this longer string. So you're gonna continue to do that with your 14-inch pieces. And then when you have used all of those, you're gonna move on to the 12-inch and then the 10. And why I have you using strings that get shorter and shorter is so that the leaf is in a descending formation. So yeah, you're gonna just go all the way along, making knots with your strings, alternating inside, and then we're gonna move on to the next step. So this is what it's gonna look like once you've made all your knots. If you chose to use more string, it's gonna be even longer and a little bit wider as well. But I chose to make a smaller leaf this time, so this is what mine looks like. So now what you're gonna do is just do a rough cut of the string. You'll have another opportunity to make finishing cuts and trims and shapings at the end. But for now, what you're doing is just cutting off the ends that are dramatically longer than the others. And this is to the sides. So you're really just trying to make it a gradual decline in size as you go down, just like a leaf would. All right, so this is what mine looks like. As you can see, a little more trim this way. And now what we're gonna do is we are going to make the sides into fringe. And how we're gonna do that is really just undo all of these knots in the string. And this is what is kind of time consuming about this whole craft. So feel free to do this while you watch a movie or listen to music, listen to a podcast. It's a good mindless activity. So what you're gonna do is just unravel all these knots, and then after you've unraveled, you're actually gonna use this cat brush to brush against these. So once I have this unraveled, I'll show you what that looks like. All right, as promised, this is what it looks like once you've unraveled all the thread. Now you're gonna grab your cat brush and you're gonna literally brush it out like you would your hair. And you're gonna wanna do this on a surface that you don't care about because it can make a lot of scratch marks, especially on wood. And you wanna make sure to hold on tight to the knots as you brush because they're a little sensitive and can get loosened up as you brush it out. So that it might require some tightening as you go as well. And you can really brush it out to your liking. You can make it as straight as you want or keep it wavy, kind of like crimped hair. You also might find some knots in there as you go. And for those, if it's at the very end like this one, I'm just gonna cut it right off. So in this instance, it's obvious that this is way too long, so I'm just gonna cut this off a little bit, trim it. But keep it still pretty long because you wanna wait until the very end to do major trimming. Okay, so this is what it looks like once it's all brushed out. You can even do more if you want, but I'm gonna keep it kind of at this crimped phase. And now what you're gonna do is you're gonna stiffen the fabric. So you're gonna lay it out on a surface that you don't care about, and you're gonna do a final brush, just like this. And you're even gonna brush it a little bit downward, like how leaves face downward a little bit. You're gonna grab your stiffener. Ideally you have a spray, but I only have a liquid version. So I'm gonna get a brush, get a light layer of the stiffener, and I'm just gonna do a light layer of the stiffener along all of the threads, just the top. And why you're gonna do this is, as you can see when I was holding it up, the formation of the leaves kind of get destroyed when you hang it up. So as many of you might wanna hang it up on a wall, you're gonna want to make sure that it can stay at its state at any direction. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. And then after you stiffen it to your liking, you're gonna wanna leave it out for a couple hours to dry and complete the stiffening process. And then after that, we're gonna do the final trim, which I'll show you how to do. All right, so now I'm gonna show you how to trim your leaves. And how I do that is to just follow along a straight line. I kind of follow the natural path that the thread is already going in, but just cut off kind of loose ends, anything poking out. And if I feel like it, I can fix up the shape a little bit into one that I like, but it doesn't matter too much. I like to keep it as natural as possible. All right, so this is the finished product. I haven't allowed for the full hardening process yet, so I'm gonna leave it out for a couple more hours, but I just wanted to show you the progress. I think this is an awesome craft. I think it's super fun to do during the fall season. Maybe you can put it out on your Thanksgiving table or just use as a decoration during the season. So yeah, enjoy.